Well, they've been telling us what seems like forever now that the economy is getting better, jobs are getting better, and we haven't really seen it, but we're finally starting to see a little bit of it here in Polk County. Things are getting better and opportunities are presenting themselves. You just have to know where to look, and there's lots of help. We're going to talk about that today. Here with us is Mary Beth Soderstrom. She is the Community Outreach Coordinator for Career Source Polk. Dustin Shea, he is the Account Manager for Rita Staffing. We have David Sandow, he is the Branch Manager for Spherion Staffing. Guys, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. David, did I say your name right, Sandow?
You did.
Excellent. All right. Terrific. We're off to a good start then. All right. So, Mary Beth, let's just kind of talk about Career Source Polk for a moment. Of course, I have to say it at least one more time because I'm sure there are still people that remember you as Polk Works.
That's correct. So back in February of this year, we transitioned to Career Source Polk so that our brand would align with the other statewide regions that also provide services to job seekers and employers like we do. So
still providing all the great services that you did as Polk Works, just a different name change, different branding.
Just Career Source Polk.
Now, what are some of those services that people are so used to hearing about?
Well, our job is really to connect employers and job seekers together, and we do that through a variety of services. With the job seekers, it's everything from working on their resume, brushing up on those interview skills, and really learning where to job search and how to go about that. We can also work with job seekers to go to school for training so that they can improve their skills to then get a better job. And then on the employer side, we work with them to help find, train, and retain great candidates. Yeah. So we're working with them on the job training grants to help provide actually up to 90% of those staff salaries for those first few weeks while they're still trying to get their feet on the ground, and just help connect those employers and job seekers together.
Now, it's a really great example of how you work with other companies. We have with us agents from two different staffing companies.
Now, we promise we won't fight.
I was gonna say, you guys gonna like do, but the truth is, you guys are competing for good employees, right?
I would say competing is probably a strong word. All of us, all employers in Polk County, are looking for good employees. Right. Not just the staffing companies, but yes, it is a challenge for sure. And partnering with Career Source Polk is probably one of the best things we could have done over the last few years. Is use them as a resource to funnel the best candidates to our clients, for sure.
Now, Spherion been around for a little while. Tell us a little bit about how you guys go about working with Career Source Polk and kind of the unique partnership that you guys have.
Well, we partner up with them in a variety of ways. One is which we partner up with job fairs. If we know that we have a big hiring event coming up, we'll partner up with them, host a job fair at their facility. On top of that, we communicate on a weekly basis with them what our openings are. We post our openings with them, and then we get one-on-one with their counselors that are helping their customers to understand what our openings are, and then they filter people to us. And then after they pre-screen, we do additional pre-screening, and then hopefully we find a match.
Right. Well, it's interesting when you think about Rita and you think about Spherion and your agencies, companies are coming to you guys to fill positions. They're also coming directly to Career Source Polk. So it's all kind of a network, isn't it?
It is.
It is, and I think one of the things that's important to explain is what David and I do for our clients is more of a detailed recruiting and screening process for those positions, whereas Career Source Polk is more of a county-wide generalist agent that can help them kind of prep the person and train the person and prepare the person for what David and I need, which is where the partnership really gets aligned.
That's really great. Now, when you say preparation, Mary Beth, what does preparation include when you're seeking out a job? What kind of things should people be looking for?
Preparation can really include a number of things. Everything from the resume, we think about that, but to your appearance, to what your Facebook profile says, to how you present yourself in an interview. all of those things really come into play. And one of the great things about CareerSource Polk that we're able to do is because we have such a great relationship with the employers, and we also can talk to the job seekers, we help kind of see what those disconnects are and are able to have some honest conversations with individuals to help them further their career. And I think all of these things that we've been talking about are a perfect lead into the event and the reason why we're all here. So.
Well, let's talk about the event a little bit.
Absolutely. So P5X, it's coming up. It's going to be on September 11th at the Lakeland at the Lakeland Civic Center.
Okay.
And P5X is kind of a take on P90X, so I don't know if you,
you
do a lot of P90X.
Clearly, I do not.
It's okay, I don't either. But P5X is all about the Polk partners, so individuals like Rita and Spirion, as well as other educational institutions and experts in their field, are coming together along with CareerSource Polk to help prepare our job seekers. Yeah. So it's an extreme day of employment preparation.
Wow. Now, how does, obviously you're going to have a lot of your, like you said, you're going to have a lot of your different cooperatives there. How does somebody know exactly what they are looking for when they go into this event?
So there's going to be a process flow. Whenever you come in, we ask that you bring a copy of your resume. If you don't have one, we'll help you create it there. But the first step will be to work on a resume. So everyone will either get their resume looked at by a professional, or they will they'll create a resume from scratch. We'll give that resume back to you then on resume paper and on a flash drive, so you can use it later. And then you'll go into the interview station. So then you have a practice interview with somebody who might be an actual employer who interviews people all the time, so they know what kind of questions they're asking, and they're looking for those answers to see if you know how to deal with the situation. And then after that, there's information on communication. So maybe you need to help describe what you do in a different way. So maybe you're not using the right words. There's information on how to dress, what your personal appearance, maybe your first impression isn't giving off the best first impression. We'll actually have free haircuts for the gentlemen, so you can sharpen up a little bit.
Nice.
Yep. And other things as well. So we'll look at your social media profiles and see what comes up and see
what you need to get rid of.
Yeah, see if there's some things that could potentially be an issue there, and basically just do a full 360
That's great.
evaluation.
So basically, when they come in, you're going to go through the job search process step by step with them.
Absolutely.
So that when they walk away, they know, okay, well, maybe 6 months from now, I need to refresh everything. These are the exact steps that I want to take to redo this all again.
What I think is really great about the event, and congratulations on all that, by the way, is that we focus a lot on, I think, job fairs and candidates and job openings. But there hasn't really been a mass event like this in our area that is preparing them for the beginning of that process.
Right.
You know, we're trying to bring the job seeker and the positions together, but we haven't gone a step backward to actually prepare the job seeker for what they're to encounter.
Yeah.
So this is a great opportunity for them to do that.
And once that job seeker leaves, they should be able to walk into our door when they have that interview with those skills ready to assume the position, or as far, unfortunately, some people who just haven't been through this type of preparation, they come into our office and they sit down with us, and within 5 seconds, unfortunately, they blow it due to things that they just may not know or understand. And that's what this is going to do. It's going to help them secure that interview. Well,
I know personally, you know, coming out of college and looking for a position, that was some time ago now, but you know, I remember having to get all of my ducks in a row. I mean, there were so many details to think about, and the way the resume looked, and of course I was just coming out of college, so I had the training on it and knowing what to look for and what details to line up, how to email somebody properly, you know, in proper format, how to send out a letter on nice parchment paper, resume paper, things like that. That, you know, people that haven't been in that position for a long time may have forgotten or may not have even known from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of job seekers too. I mean, the Polk County unemployment right now, I think, is hovering around 6.7, and you know, so that's we're getting close to what's considered full employment.
Right.
You know, so which is a good thing. And then we're up about 10% in jobs from this time last year on the CareerSource Polk site. So I think what has happened through 2008 to current with the recession is you have some job seekers who haven't had to job seek.
Right.
They haven't been in this position in 10, 15, some 20, 30 years even.
Right.
So this is an opportunity, especially for that particular subsect of the job seeker, to refresh the skills that they just haven't needed because
Exactly.
they've been employed up to this point.
Right.
And I think having the professionals there, like you guys and other organizations throughout the county, to actually say, well, you know, actually this is what we would be looking for.
Yeah.
You know, straight from the mouth of the people who are hiring. You know, how beneficial is that for a job seeker to know exactly what people are looking for, not just what they found on the internet or, you know, some Microsoft resume maker.
Right.
Yeah,
You
for
know.
sure. And I think, too, another important fact and benefit to this particular event is over the last few years, I think those who have been job seeking have gotten a little disenchanted with the economy, with the job market. And I think that has a toll on how they present themselves. I think it takes a toll on how much effort they put into the beginning of the job process. And this is a great way for them to kind of re-energize that aspect of their job search. You know,
Absolutely.
getting back to the basics, the presentation,
Yes.
the appearance, the social media, the resume.
You know,
Absolutely.
last month alone, there were over 6,500 jobs advertised in Polk County.
Wow.
So the jobs are there.
It's there,
It
yeah.
is there, and we're really reaching a point where we just need to make sure that we're doing everything that we can, that you're presenting yourself well,
Right.
and sometimes it is that honest feedback, or sometimes it's just rethinking.
Yeah.
Maybe because I find that the job seekers think very differently than the employers a lot of
Exactly.
times. And so what the
Exactly.
employer is looking for might not be what the job seeker is thinking. And I think one of the most exciting things about this event, so as Career Source Polk, we are going to provide you with a personalized employment plan when you leave. So like you were saying, it's going to have steps and a checklist, and there's going to be things to do each and every week following the event. And we're guaranteeing that if you follow that personalized employment plan, you will receive at least one job offer within 6 months.
Wow. That's incredible. I mean, to be able to make that kind of a promise means that you know that this process is a tried and true process.
Absolutely, and we're really confident in the Polk County job market right now. There's lots of opportunity,
Yeah.
And so if you're following those steps and really working on this diligently, job offer within 6 months.
That's incredible.
Absolutely.
Absolutely
I think
incredible.
it's also great for those who may even still be currently employed, but may have an issue with their current employer, maybe are looking to make a change. Maybe they took a position in the interim of the recession that isn't
Right.
really a fit for their career.
Right.
This is a chance for those individuals, too, to kind of revamp their job-seeking skills
That's an
and be
excellent point.
back where they want to be in their professional career.
Absolutely, because when the recession hit, what happened is we got down to the skull and bones of things. So companies had to lay off. You know,
Right.
people assumed more roles. Now they're underemployed. The economy's starting to come back. Pay wages are starting to go up a little bit. Things are getting a little bit more competitive, and it has really shifted now from an employer market to an employee market.
That's right.
And this is a shift that I haven't seen in come through at least in the past year and a half. It is, you know, when I'm making, and I'm sure Dustin's going through the same thing, whenever we're working with a client for professional placement or something to that effect, we will have somebody who's currently employed, interested in a position, that employer makes them an offer. They go to leave, and that employer is now counter-offering
Yeah.
to keep that person on board.
Wow.
So they're really showing how that economy is coming back, because
Yeah.
they know they're not going to be able to replace that person in a whim.
Especially for the salary that they had.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of changes
A
happening.
lot of
Well,
changes, good changes.
I think that's a great point that you made, Dustin. It's a really great time to think about your long-term career.
Absolutely.
As positions are opening and opportunities are opening up, maybe a chance to get out of that emergency job situation.
Which is
Absolutely.
exactly why we're holding the event from noon to 7. So instead of being a daytime hour only
Right.
event, we're
You can
making
make
it
it
where
after
you can
work.
make it after work if you're already
Excellent.
employed.
Well, guys, thank you so much for coming on. This is going to be a terrific opportunity for job seekers in Polk County, and you know, what a positive outlook we have here.
Yeah,
you know,
it's very
finally,
exciting.
right?
Yes.
Finally.
Yeah.
Very
Yes,
positive.
Yeah, and the great work that Career Source Polk has been doing it throughout the years, even through the tough time. So, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Thank you for having us.
That's the Career Source Polk. They're going to be having their P5X. It's pretty easy to remember because we're beefing up the resumes, we're beefing up our skills. it's going to be a great time. You heard Mary Beth. She said they're going to be giving out free haircuts. If nothing else, go get yourself a buzz. You know, all kinds of stuff that you can do. They're going to walk you through step by step and get you a plan that is going to get you back to work or get you in the job that you want to be in. So you definitely want to mark your calendar for this, the PX or the P5X, the Extreme Employment Preparation Event. It's going to be at the Lakeland Center on September 11th from noon to 6:30. If you want more information, you can call 863-508-1100 or go to CareerSource Polk's website at careersourcepolk.com.